Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. We are a little bit late, but we appreciate you hanging around. We're back. Yeah, we missed our Thursday episode of the Bad Batch. So the last time we were here was last Wednesday, right? So we'll talk about the Bad Batch at the end of this episode, but we are here to talk about the Mandalorian. All right, we are now at the halfway mark. Can you believe it already? Yeah, right. So we're talking about chapter 20 called The Foundling. All right. So we saw the episode and, we broke it down into three storylines. So we're going to talk about these three storylines, starting with the Mandalorian, the tribe, So the episode opens up where they're actually doing some training, combat training. They have the little foundlings. They're actually going through these challenges. Din puts Grogu in a challenge with Paz Vizsla's son, which we now know he has a son.
Yeah, yes. I suspected it from the beginning because of the helmet.
The helmet looked the same, right? Yes, you did say that, right? So he has a son named Ragnar.
Which he does not fail to make apparent.
Yes, right.
Especially sounds Ragnar.
So they're the Ragnar and Grogu are a part of this dart challenge to see how who has the fastest draw with these look kind of like
no surprise Grogu wins.
Yes, well, yes, of course he does. Yeah. Like paintball, it reminded me. You've never I don't think you've ever played. You know anything about paintball?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Of course I do.
Yes, that's right. You have played paintball or something similar to that, right? Okay, gotcha. So that's what it reminded me of. And then once again, there's this creature just comes out of nowhere, and
let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah,
I feel like every time Mando shows up, he shows up just in time to save the clan.
That's true.
The armor does not seem like she's holding it down.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to be the warrior. She's not. As far as I've seen, she's not a combative person. I don't think she's really into the.
She's combative as far as verbal, but she doesn't fight.
But yeah, physically, I don't know if she is considered someone that you want to send into combat, unless she's trying to save the life of a youngling or foundling. Yes, which she's done in the past. But you're right. It just seems like something is going on with the Mandalorians, and these creatures are
they're suffering
coming out of nowhere.
Attacks.
Yeah, so
I'm pretty sure the crocodile creature from episode 1, that thing showed up at the end.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Remember?
Yes, I do. And now we have this pterodactyl or this raptor with wings.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I like the way it looks in live action.
And then it snatches a foundling.
It snatches Ragnar, right?
Yes.
So
and carries this poor kid off like a leaf in the wind.
Exactly, right. So long story short, we know how this is going to end. They're going to save this little boy.
Yeah, although it was kind of alarming when the bird literally barfed him up.
Right, yeah. So let's talk about that. So I was, just about to say that Bo-Katan led the charge, right, to find this little boy.
Bo-Katan became the,
she's a
quote, leader of the war party.
Yeah, she was given a title. How about that? And
so it was Paz, Mando, and Bo.
Yeah, she's still trying to fit in, but she seems to be doing okay. Yeah, so let's talk about what happened to the boy and the mother.
By the way, so fun fact, in real life, birds, the mother birds, when they feed their children the worms, they chew it up first and then barf it up for their children. Because that's the cleanest and most sanitary way to get your daily dose of whatever worms have in them.
Well, that's a true story, right? They do that. And it looks like that was exactly what was going to happen with this, with Ragnar, this little boy. She's about ready to, she kept the boy in her mouth, not to chew on it, but I think she was just carrying him to feed her children.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then right before,
I'm sure she's like, all right, some kid with a helmet. I'm sure he'll be soft.
right before, she spits him out. We're not going to talk too much about this, but spits him out. She was
the entire episode is about this bird and Ragnar, just so you know.
Right about to drop him into that nest with her children, and then of course, like you said, Din and Paz, they all come to his rescue and they rescue the boy.
And Bo.
Absolutely Bo. They're fine. The little boy is fine. They get back to get back to their headquarters, and the armorer is just really enamored with Bo and her valiance. You know, she's
like,
a true
wow,
warrior.
You received the highest honor a Mandalorian can.
Right.
And I'm like, just last episode, here I was thinking sparks would be flying.
Right.
And Bo's already received the highest honor a Mandalorian can, which is like, does not compute. This kind of feels like saying 2 + 2 is 3.
Something is going to happen with those two characters, the armorer and Bo-Katan. I feel like
they gotta blow up because they both have strong personalities.
They do.
Bo doesn't really walk the way the same way the armorer does.
True.
Because imagine she's kind of obsessed with not removing an object from her head, which is, and then made an entire group around that. Yeah. Obsessed with having that object remain on your head for all time.
We have to give credit to Bo. It seems like she's trying to fit in. I don't think it's she's pretending that she wants to be a part of them. I think she's really
definitely trying to do her part as well as understand their culture.
Exactly. That's a very good point. And now that we're on the subject of Bo-Katan, that leads us into our second storyline. Yes. All right. So we did say that the armor rewarded Bo for her valiance and, you know, for her strength and courage of saving that family.
And she also got one of her shoulder plates blasted off.
Right. Okay. Right. And then the armorer wants to repair that shoulder pad, give her some new Beskar, and she asked the question, "What insignia would you like on your shoulder pad?"
Right? She's like, "Shall I forge it with the night owl?" And for some, these people are talking like they're old English. Bo-Katan's like, "Would it be acceptable if I would wear one Polja with the night owl and one with the mythosaur? I would like that." And the armorer's like, "The mythosaur is available to all Mandalorians.
Yes, that's right.
You may wear it." And I'm like, if I want the mythosaur, I'm gonna wear the mythosaur. Right. And if I want the owl, I'm gonna wear the owl.
It was nice that she had a choice, right?
It is nice, but like, why are they saying it like that?
They're trying to be nice to each other.
I know. You can kind of tell they're trying to mask some tension there.
It could be. We don't know. We'll see. But here's the kicker. So the next point that Bo brings up is, you know, what if I told you that I saw a mythosaur? And the armorer didn't really understand what she meant. Like, well, you know, what do you mean you saw? Well, you know, I saw a mythosaur. Say, oh, well, you know,
that's maybe, a very noble vision.
Yes, maybe in your dreams, maybe you saw the mythosaur, and Bo said no.
You'll see a lot of things when you're a Mandalorian.
Yes, but Bo said no. I saw the real thing. All right, and
then get me a Mandalorian costume for Halloween.
Okay,
please.
Okay,
please,
all right. Okay,
please.
Why are we moving away from the story here? Okay, all right.
That was kind of random.
No, that's fine. And then the armor. Okay. The armorer's response was a very interesting one. It was really like, okay, this is the way.
I love how the armor is just like, oh, you saw a mythosaur? All right, back to forging this armor piece.
Yeah, I think the armor is up to something. My first guess is that maybe the armor already knows that the mythosaur exists, and she's keeping it to herself, just like Bo was going to do.
But then again, first of all, remember when the armor said, "Oh, the living waters of Mandalore, the mines collapsed, it's all poison." So she would not have known if there was a mythosaur. If you think about it.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Like maybe she'd heard rumors or something, but nothing concrete enough.
Well,
and if she'd heard rumors, that would have solidified it even more when Bo told her she'd seen a mythosaur.
Well, let me be the devil's advocate here.
Oh, boy.
Could it be that the armorer is making this all up so that no one else would know that the mythosaur exists?
But she has no reason to do so.
Well, how do we know?
Why would she be protecting the mythosaur, though?
I don't know. I think the same reason why Bo was trying to protect, try to prevent people from not telling anyone.
She's not preventing people from seeing it. She's just keeping your cards close to your chest.
Yeah, but why?
Like she's lying about seeing it.
Well, that's the question. Why did Bo keep it to herself up until now? And the first person that she tells is the armorer.
So let's say you envisioned a butter cookie factory, right?
And here we go again with the butter cookies. Okay. All right.
But if you were to see that, you were the only person to see it.
Yeah.
And then you were to go tell your friends that you saw that.
Mm-hmm.
You think they believe you?
But here's the thing. Look, I'm glad you brought this up. Now, okay, so the point of the butter cookies is I love butter cookies, all right? So that's the reason why Keith keeps bringing it up. Yeah. Now, if I knew a factory that created butter cookies and I love butter cookies, you think I would want anybody else to know where this factory is located? I want to keep all the butter cookies for myself. So my point is that maybe the armorer did know that the mythosaur exists. She knew that Mandalore was, not poison. You could fully walk around without any problems. But I think she just wanted to keep people away from the planet.
But
yes,
she'd have no reason
for power.
Mythosaur,
I think for power.
The mythosaur doesn't really provide any power. It's great to see it. It True. Is quite powerful as a symbol.
True.
But I'm talking about the creature itself.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to say, kill the creature and bring it back, what would the mythosaur provide? What would be the reason to hide it? And if you were to hide the living waters of Mandalore, what would be the reason for that either? Because if people are going to go through the trouble to redeem themselves in those waters, they're probably going to die anyway if something like that were to happen. So
they would have come across the mythosaur, you mean?
Yeah, okay. But I'm figuring they probably wouldn't survive before they got there.
I see.
Because of all the dangers in that cavern.
Okay.
So why would Bo want to protect that? Not Bo. Why would the armor want to protect that either?
Well, I mean, it's a very good question. So that's a question that we can put out there to the audience. Do you think the armorer already knows that the mythosaur exists? Or do you think that she's now hearing it for the first time from Bo-Katan? So that's the question. Maybe we could put it, maybe
community page
on the community page, right? Or just let us know if you're listening right now or watching us. Put it in the comment section. What do you think? Yes or no? Yes, the armorer already knows and was keeping it to herself. Or no, maybe she doesn't know and she's hearing it from Bo right now for the very first time. All right. So I thought that was interesting. So that's story number 2. Okay. Let's stop the Q&A and say hello.
Okay.
Yeah. Charlie. Hey, Charlie.
I enjoyed the look of the new armor of Bo-Katan. 100%.
Same here. Yes, exactly. Mary B. Oh, wow. Bo-Katan meets the armor. I have not seen any of this season, but wanted to stick around for the stream anyways. Well, thank you so much, Mary.
You should watch it. The Mandalorian is great television.
Yeah, yeah. And thank you for joining us this evening. Great question, says Alex. I really like Grogu flashback in the rescue mission. Yes, we will talk about that flashback. Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, mythosaur.
That sounds intense.
Yes, to Keith getting a Mando costume. LOL.
Okay, we'll see.
Alex, I agree with Mary Keith. Keith should get a Mando costume.
Okay.
LOL.
All right. Well, that wasn't the question. The question was,
this is the way.
Okay. Kerwin makes an interesting point.
A Mandalorian costume and more butter cookies.
Okay.
This is the way.
We could put that in the chat too. Should Keith get a Mandalorian costume for Halloween?
I'm going to make a poll for that. The only answers are yes, yes, and absolutely. And if anyone tries to answer no, I will delete that.
That does not sound like a fair poll to me. But anyway, so Mary.
I am altering the deal. Pray I do not alter it any further. Okay, that's a horrible Darth Vader.
That's okay. Kerwin makes an interesting point. Thank you, Mary. The armor could have motivations that we do not know and could be trying to conceal or reveal things according to the things we do not know. That's what I'm thinking. I was just surprised by her reaction. Although, if you did know that the mythosaur existed, you'd want to play it off, right? You would say, "Well, really? Wow, I didn't know. Like, what did he look like? Where'd you see it?" Just to pretend that you
acting like she has no clue, but in a weirder way.
Well, yeah, but something is just the armor is hiding something. I think Bo's going to get to the bottom of this, and then that's going to be friction between the two characters.
Attention.
And can I talk about Charlie? So Charlie, I'm still very curious about if the armor is someone we know. Ooh, that's interesting. Still props to Emily Swallow, voice actor who plays another super kind person. Emily Swallow, yeah, she does have a very. I love her voice, so I love hearing the armorer speak.
The armorer doesn't really make sense, but good voice.
I do like, Emily Swallow is a very good voice actor. I don't trust the armorer, but she's got a nice voice. All right, so Alex, I think the armorer knows, and she keeps it close to herself as a power play of some kind. That's what I'm trying to say, Alex. I think she knows more than she's leading on. Oh, and I wanted to say something else as far as friction. Maybe something going on between the armor and Bo-Katan. I think that there's going to be a problem with Paz and Din because now they both have sons who competed in this competition. I think there's going to be a rivalry going on between the dads.
All right, Dad.
Yeah.
Help me now. Okay, so that was one fight. Paz Vizsla's child has fought multiple people before and multiple other foundlings.
Mm-hmm.
Grogu's already had some experience. I mean, not like with shooting darts or paintballs, but he's had combat experience before. Grogu.
Yeah.
Just kind of force pushing things. So, and Paz Vizsla's son has already fought many other foundlings before, so I feel like it'd be kind of arbitrary for him to just suddenly pick up a rivalry with the Mandalorian after one fight when his son has challenged many other foundlings on multiple occasions before.
Well, the rivalry would not have really anything to do directly with the challenge between their sons. It's just the point that Mando, Din Djarin, and Paz didn't really get along, from the beginning, because Paz, I think he still believes that the dark saber, we haven't talked about the dark saber, probably still belongs with his family. That he should be the rightful heir to the dark saber. So it starts there. The rivalry starts there. And now that you have the next generation getting together and challenging each other, that can cause friction. I can see that.
Oh,
happening.
The Grogu flip though.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
I saw that coming though.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
Like, when Grogu just started like flipping over.
Yeah. Yeah, that kid had no clue what he was into. So
he's like, oh, it's like he's like a year old. I'm gonna beat him.
Right.
Meanwhile, Grogu having so much experience that he can beat an experienced child. Like Grogu just straight up flipped over this kid.
Yeah.
And he's like Boba Fett move. He's like,
that's right.
I see you now.
Right. 3 times and that was it.
Now, more like Cad Bane. Just to make sure he didn't miss any shots.
Oh, that's right. The marshal, right? Yeah. Okay.
Marshal ain't for sale.
Marshal ain't for sale.
And the sheriff will not be returning in any future projects.
Yeah. Okay. That's from an episode from last year. That's a long
one
time
with the
ago.
spice.
One with the spice. All right. You have to be in on the joke. This is a previous episode of.
Yeah, you guys should check that episode out.
Yeah. Well, okay.
What was it? Episode 5 or 6 or 7?
All right. Well. Okay. Let's get back on track. So let's talk about.
Let's not. Let's talk about that costume, Dad.
Okay, well, put it in the poll. See what happens, All right, so let's get to the third storyline, which is the most interesting storyline. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about it. So, Mary B, gotta love anytime Cad Bane gets referenced. Yes, hashtag Clone Wars. Absolutely.
Hashtag Clone Wars.
Absolutely. All right, so now, the Armorer, once again, she played a big role in this episode, decided she was going to forge Beskar for
the Armorer
Grogu.
was forging a lot in this episode.
Yes.
But she forged a rondo for Grogu? I think that's what she called it.
You mean this episode? I don't know if she gave it a name, but it's kind of like a chest plate.
It's a rondo, I think.
Okay, so something that protects his his front, if he's attacked or it's a shield.
Yeah, it's that he can wear over his chainmail. I'm pretty sure I saw him wearing the chainmail.
Right, exactly. Yes, you're right. I saw that too. All right, so as she is forging this armor, the sounds that it makes, the thud sounds and the clanking, it takes.
That's fun. I have that set somewhere. It's right there.
Yeah.
I still have the armor minifig.
The sound of the thud and the clanging sound, right?
It's so enthralling. It can bring back flashbacks for people.
Mm-hmm. It takes Grogu back to Order 66.
I didn't even know Grogu had memories.
A shout out to the puppeteers. I mean, if you took
first of all,
Grogu's
emotion.
Yeah.
Oh, he was so sad.
Yeah, his eyes just said everything. Like when he went back and thought about Order 66, he just looked so distraught, traumatized.
Bro,
so let's talk about what happened. We saw this scene in the trailers, right? I mean, the Jedi are heading towards this door. this door is being unsealed, and then out comes the clone troopers, and they're firing at the Jedi. Of course, the Jedi are no match.
I find it kind of crazy though that the Jedi weren't trained to fight their own allies. Like, I know that's not something that would obviously come to mind, but these Jedi are the same people who have defeated thousands of battle droids, super battle droids, droidicas, other separatist enemies, aliens, and yet some humans with blasters can beat these people. Not droids who are coded for accuracy, although, the battle droids really miss.
What?
But, like, it's clone troopers that get them.
Yeah, I think they were unprepared, because the clone troopers were working alongside them, like a minute ago. And then all of a sudden.
Like, imagine if you're at work and you're working with your coworkers.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden your coworkers close their laptops, calmly get up and tell you, all right, you're going to come with us now.
Right. They just turn on you. And then all of a sudden, like, they're throwing you out the door or something. I don't know. It's like, it's weird, like they were caught off guard.
Yeah, I mean, I would be completely caught off guard if my friends just suddenly decided to kick me down a flight of stairs.
Well, yeah. Well,
like literally. They were just taking out Jedi left and right, these clone troopers.
Yes.
Weren't there like 6 or 7 Jedi at the opening protecting the pod?
I did not count the number of Jedi.
Me neither, but I went by the lightsabers.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't count the lightsabers.
And you know what else?
Yes.
So eventually Grogu gets to the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
He has a little friend going up with him because in one of the shots,
a
Jedi falls backwards and falls into the elevator.
Yeah. That was an accident.
I'm pretty sure he perished, but somehow the elevator door shuts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We don't even know if he's still there because the camera is always staying up, so we can't tell.
That's a good point.
But
right.
like, I'm pretty sure this man just pretty much vanished.
Yeah.
Like, he fell into an elevator after he fell in. Like, immediately after. No room to get out. The door's closed.
Yes.
Well, did he just turn into a Force ghost?
I don't know. I doubt it. That might be.
Did he just turn into Obi-Wan?
Continuity error.
Like, you know what? I'm a dip. I'm just gonna dip. Okay. I'm gone. Bye.
All right. So can we talk about what happens when he gets on the elevator?
Kind of like the guy from the Mandalorian season 2. Remember the one who had his arm sticking out?
You mean the guy with the jeans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeans guy.
You know how funny that is. That was Carl Weathers' episode. That he directed that episode.
And he directed this one.
And he directed this one. So
I guess Carl Weathers just like putting Easter eggs in these now.
Yeah. Exactly. So all right. So Alex, question: did Grogu use the Force to push the door close elevator button?
I'm not sure because usually when Grogu uses the Force, he has like hands are stuck together.
Yeah, I didn't notice.
So he usually uses like that claw position.
So you got to think this was maybe 30 years ago that happened?
No, it wouldn't have been 30 years.
Well,
about 15, I'd say.
Okay, so now Grogu.
No, wait, 20.
Okay,
25.
So Grogu was still,
25.
I mean, at 50 years old, he's still a baby. But think about it, him at 30. I don't think he had any idea of how to even use the Force. I thought it might have been
Grogu even looked younger to me.
Yeah, I thought it might have been an electronic elevator door that closed on its own. Alex
like those pods Anakin and Obi-Wan were in on Coruscant.
Could be. Yeah, could be. All right, so then let's talk about this flashback. All right, so Grogu's on the elevator. The elevator doors open, and we see this character. All right? Let's explain who this character is, for people who may not be aware. If you're new to Star Wars, let's talk about Kelleran Beck. All right. So Kelleran Beck this is a very interesting story, and it's very surprising to see him.
So I'm not sure if this makes this show canon.
Well, no, it does. It does make it canon. All right. So let's talk about Kelleran
Beck. I asked you this before the show.
Well, Keith, all right. You're talking about the Jedi Temple Challenge?
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about the Jedi. Okay. Kelleran Beck is actually a character, all right, fictional character, obviously, who was the host of this game show, like a Survivor type show for Star Wars kids called
played by Ahmed Best.
Jedi Temple Challenge. All right.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably canon.
Right. So as you could, maybe you can see or cannot see, but we are actually wearing the Jedi Temple Challenge shirts. Okay.
We had to.
Yes. Well, yeah, this is.
No, I felt like it actually.
Well, no, I mean it relates to this episode.
It relates.
Yeah. So
very much.
Yeah. So the show aired in 2020. The character of Kelleran Beck is played by Ahmed Best. All right. Who is Ahmed Best?
Well, Charlie already knows.
Well, yes, Ahmed Best. So yes, Charlie, exactly.
So he formerly played Jar Jar.
Jar Jar Binks, right? So if you
sure you remember him.
Yeah, if you are a fan of the prequels, or maybe you're just hearing all this for the first time. So there's a character named Jar Jar Binks who was in episode 1, The Phantom Menace. So he was meant to be.
And 2 and 3.
Well, yeah.
A little. He was sprinkled in.
Yeah, he debuted in episode 1. He was one of the first motion capture characters ever to appear on screen. So it was groundbreaking how it was done. Ahmed Best, this actor, he actually his start was on stage. Ahmed Best, he was actually born in New York City. He was raised in the South Bronx. Very talented actor, musician, and he's also a performer. He was in a play a long time ago, back in the 90s, called Stomp, right? And Stomp has to do with these performers who are actually using all kinds of instruments to create percussion sounds, right? Like trash cans, anything they could pick up with their hands and beat it.
I do that sometimes
make percussion.
With pencils.
Yeah, right. So that's how he was discovered. So he was an actor in this show, and he was discovered by a casting director for Star Wars. And he was given the offer. I guess he met George Lucas, and George Lucas really enjoyed working with him. He thought Ahmed Best was very talented, so he was offered the position to play Jar Jar Binks. And like I said, again, this character is a stop motion character. So, Ahmed, who is very athletic and he can move around and he's very nimble, had to play Jar Jar as very flexible, right? Movable character, always moving around.
Funny Easter egg in the Lego Star Wars: A Complete Saga video game. Jar Jar can jump higher than a Jedi. So the Jedi's double jump effect is not as high as Jar Jar's double jump. Because in one of the levels, you have to use Jar Jar to get over because the Jedi's jumps won't make it.
So Jar Jar jumps higher than Jedi, you're saying?
Not sure if it's canon.
Well, okay.
It's an Easter egg in the game.
Gotcha. Okay, well, that's very interesting. So like I said, he has to be very nimble, very quick. So the idea was that he was going to be bring comic relief to this film, The Phantom Menace.
Wasn't that funny? Really mislanded.
Right. So that was the idea. And it turns out that the character, was not as successful as the filmmakers were hoping. A lot of people actually thought the character was a negative portrayal of a character who is, doesn't think for himself, or he's not very smart.
He was
his dialect was
a bit slow,
considered offensive to people.
But the way Jar Jar talked as well, he was like, "Hey, samosa!"
Right. So the character did not go over well with a lot of fans back in 1999 when this film came out. So you could tell if you were to watch the other two films, episode 2 and 3, the role of Jar Jar Binks was reduced significally. All right, and that was the reason why.
Episode, because he was crucial, and then in the second and third, they were like, "Eh."
Right, because of the pushback that he received for portraying this character. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, Ahmed Best, his career was impacted by playing this character because after.
It's amazing how make or break these things can be.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
like you can play one bad role and your career gets shattered. But look what happened to Ke Huy Quan. He had great roles, and then for 30 years, nothing.
Yeah, right. I mean, for different reasons, Ke Huy Quan has a different story, but with Ahmed Best, unfortunately, he had a very difficult time finding work after the prequel trilogy, and it led to bouts of depression. He has some mental health issues, but he bounced back. So just recently, like I said, he is now this new character called Kelleran Beck, the host of the Jedi Temple Challenge, which I did not believe at the time was canon, but it doesn't matter now because if he wasn't canon then, he's canon now. Okay, so we're saying all this to say we are so glad to see Ahmed Best back, right?
It's great to see him return to Star Wars.
Absolutely. He may not have been maybe treated fairly by fans.
But he is a pivotal character now.
Yes, right. So I think fans were trying hard to distinguish Jar Jar the character to Ahmed Best the actor, right? So they just looked at him as one and the same. Unfairly, and he had to endure a lot of negativity and pushback unnecessarily. So we are just glad to just see him back because it's well deserved. He needs to be back. He's playing a brand new character, and not only a character, he's playing a Jedi Knight, not just a Jedi Knight, but a Jedi Knight
with two lightsabers.
With two, so cool. I mean, like I said, this guy, he's so flexible. I think he, he's into the martial arts as well. Did you see how he's flipping those lightsabers around?
When you reach peak coolness?
Yes.
We have two lightsabers that aren't even the same color.
Exactly. And you can
fill in all corners on a portal in the Minecraft.
Right. And he was able to hold his own.
14 Obsidian.
And then again, he is the Jedi who saved Grogu. So this is very, very big, very important character. Ahmed Best is a friend of the show, so we would love if he can, we would love to have him as a guest so we can just speak about, this character and just talk about his career. It's just someone we would love to have on the show. So if you're
that'd be so much fun,
Ahmed, if you're listening, connect with us, please. We would love to have you on the show. All right. So, okay. All right. So Q&A. Yes. What do we have here? So Mary B.
Does this character ever show up anywhere in the High Republic books? So the High Republic is about 300 years prior. So
right. Yes. So
he does not show up in any of those.
Correct. So yes. So the answer to the question, Mary, yes, he would not. Like he said, the High Republic books takes place 200 years before. 200 or 300 years before the Phantom Menace, so he would not be a part of that series, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, and then Aiden, what is your favorite character of all?
Mando.
All right, favorite character on the Mandalorian or of all time? Mine is Darth Vader of all time. I would say yours is
Ahsoka of all time.
Of all time. So,
but my favorite character on this show is Mando.
Mando, right? Yeah.
My favorite character out of all TV series. Still Mando.
Wow, really? Okay.
Just TV series.
Mm-hmm.
Second is Ahsoka, and then third is you remember Kaz from Star Wars Resistance?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, he's third.
You like Kaz? Yeah, Kaz is pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I like him.
I am becoming a big fan of Bo-Katan. I just really love. Now that I know more about her character, where she, her backstory. And she is still around and, she's still learning about herself. And I think that's just very interesting that, no matter, what stage in life you're in, you can always learn something new from other people. You can learn something new about who you are. So she is trying to find herself. And I like the journey that she's going on. So I say Bo-Katan right now is my favorite Mandalorian character. Mary B, excited to see some of the explorations of what being a Mandalorian means, yes. And complications around that, yes. Very complicated. They are a very complicated group of people. Yeah, absolutely. So those are the three storylines. So, let me know what you think of the episode. If you have any more questions or comments about the episode in particular. But that's pretty much what took place this past episode. It was is a very cool. I mean, we didn't talk in detail about the chase scene with Kelleran and going through Coruscant.
Imagine a cool dude with two lightsabers and a kid in tow riding a bike.
Yeah, I don't.
That is the Mandalorian show at all. But imagine if that was a scene.
Yeah, I don't know if you can make Coruscant look any better than it does
Somehow Coruscant manages
like every
to
time
outdo
we
itself
see,
every time we see it.
Every time I see Coruscant, it just looks spectacular. It's like I wish I lived in a city that looked like Coruscant.
No, you don't.
Okay, why not? Why would I not?
Because speeder bikes like this fly over your head all the time. Dad.
Well, that's true.
Imagine if he dropped his lightsaber. Would you want to be standing right there?
That would hurt. Yeah. Okay. Good point. Well, you know what?
Also, there's a lot of scrubby characters.
Yeah, I probably want to stay indoors in like a hotel or something and just check out the view of Coruscant and just watch the cars flying by. I think I wouldn't mind just staring through the window all day, all night, looking at the cityscape. Yeah.
Okay.
You want to get on a speeder bike, I'm sure.
Yeah. See, Dad, while you look at that hotel view, I'm going to be doing circles in front of your hotel.
On the speeder bike?
Yeah. I'll be like, Dad, look at me. I'm flying.
Right. I don't want to see it.
And Dad's going to be like, get off.
I don't want to see it. Charlie, excited to see a Mandalorian that Bo-Katan does keep getting along with the Watch, and Din. Very interested in how far she has come from the Death Watch in Clone Wars to amazing journey. Exactly. Yes, it is an amazing journey. I think that's why she is my favorite character right now. I just want to see where she goes, where she leads to. Yeah. Alex, what do you think happened to Grogu after he was rescued? I think I may have an answer.
Enlighten us.
At the time of Order 66, there weren't that many allies that were left after the Jedi, was pretty much slaughtered. So we couldn't send them back to another Jedi because any Jedi that survived is in hiding. All right. So I think the only other place I can see Grogu going to is maybe Alderaan.
Huh.
Yeah. And maybe being taken in by Bail Organa. That's where I think he is. It's a long shot, but that's where else could he have gone? Now here's the thing. Now, of course, he could have gone anywhere. We don't know. He could have gone to any other planet, and we may see that. I'm hoping that they'll continue the story with Kelleran and Grogu. I would love to know.
Now that would be great.
Yeah, I would love to know where they went, but they could have just as easly went to.
They could have done a lap around Coruscant and came back.
Well, no, they would have left Coruscant completely. Yes, okay. They could have gone to any planet. Maybe a new planet that we've never even heard of, meeting people we've never heard of. But if they wanted to, connect it with a character that we're familiar with, it would be on Alderaan with Bail Organa. Now, of course, he couldn't stand on Alderaan for too long because we know what happens to the planet in episode 4.
I love how Grogu constantly evades death.
Exactly. He moves around. So,
he evaded death with Order 66.
True.
If he goes to Alderaan, he's going to evade death with Bail.
True.
And he evaded death with Luke. Because the temple would have burned down, and Grogu would not have come back.
Maybe, yes.
What do you mean, maybe?
Oh, Keith, we don't know what happened at the Luke's temple.
What do you mean we don't know?
Well, we know there was a fire, but we don't know if Grogu was even there.
Exactly. When he left Luke, he cheated death.
Oh, well, okay. All right. We don't know how it ends for Grogu. Maybe he's still around. I mean, he could live to be 900 years just like Yoda.
Yeah. What 900 years old you reach? Look, it's going to do that.
Yeah. He'll still look good at 900. Grogu, that little cute kid.
Grogu's going to turn into Yoda at 900.
Yeah. So, So I think he's with Bail. That's what I think.
I can see that.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I think that's it.
Okay. So a couple of things that we want to say. Again, thank you to those who gave us shout outs about our 2nd anniversary. So yes,
it's been 2 years.
As of March 21st, 2023, we've reached our 2-year anniversary doing this podcast, and we just enjoy putting these episodes together and talking to people like you who watch us and listen to us and leave comments. So we encourage you to continue to do that for us, to leave comments and questions. We want to thank Ashley Eckstein. We were very, very fortunate to have an interview with Ashley that just dropped yesterday. So if you have not seen it, check it out. Not because we were in it, but check it out. It was a great interview. It was a great interview. So thank you, Ashley, again for your time. YouTube, we are now at 793 subscribers. So as of right now,
you could be watching this and we have 10,567
as we are speaking. I am looking to find 7 more subscribers that will put us at 800.
Tell you what to do.
To put us over 800.
Grab every device in your house. Your brothers, your
call
mothers,
up your friends,
your sisters, your siblings,
if
your
they're
fathers,
Star Wars fans or not
parents.
Star Wars fans, just say, hey, subscribe to this channel. They're going to say, what is this? Don't worry about it. Just subscribe.
Don't worry about it.
That's right. Just tell them to subscribe. All right. So this is a very easy 7 subscribers we're looking to see tonight. Aiden says, my grandma subscribed to you guys like you guys are doing the Bad Batch talk. Yes, we are. And we're going to get to that, Aiden. Thank you so much for bringing that up. And thank you to your grandma, too. Oh, wow. So that's awesome. And then, of course, we're on the race to 1,000 subscribers, right? Because we want to get to 1,000, that magic number, 1,000. So, but let's get to 800. Let's do it tonight. We can do that. All right. Tomorrow, yes. So like we said earlier, this episode, we did miss last week's episode. So we will be reviewing 2 episodes tomorrow. That'll be episode 13.
Lucky for us, they're kind of a 2-part already.
Yeah, they kind of work together. So episode 13.
It's kind of funny how like every time we miss an episode, it just so happens that they're 2-parters.
They seem to
remember last year we did the same thing.
Yeah, I don't remember which 2 episodes.
It was like 8 and 9.
Oh,
and somehow they like went together perfectly.
That's true, right? It was like a 2-parter. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. So episode 13, Pabu.
Pabu.
Yeah, right. And episode 14 is Tipping Point, which is the last 2 episodes before the 2-part season finale, series finale. We don't know, but episodes 15
Let's
and
hope
16
it's a season.
Is going to drop. They're going to drop next Wednesday. I can't believe that another season of the Bad Batch is coming to an end.
How?
Right? So, yeah, I mean,
it's going
flies.
too fast. No.
Yeah. So, but we'll talk about 13 and 14 tomorrow. We hope you'll join us. You know, if you're a Bad Batch fan, if you're not a fan, you just want to hang out with us, we'd love to have you.
Yeah.
But I think that is it for tonight, everyone. So let us know if there's any more comments. Charlie says, I shared your channel more. Helpful, it helps. Thank you. Hopeful it helps. Yes. It will definitely help, Charlie. And thank you. Congratulations. You guys are amazing. An awesome episode with Ashley Eckstein. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you so much. You saw it already? Well, yeah, Charlie's a fan of Ashley.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. Great. Looking forward to the Bad Batch. Yes, I skipped quite a few episodes to watch Pabu, and we'll try to catch 14. Yes, Mary. Thank you. Tipping point. Yes, you want to watch 14 before we spoil it for you. So it's a very, very good episode. All right. All right.
Well, they're all good. I don't think we've ever had a Bad Batch episode and we opened the episode by saying this was horrible.
Well, okay, that's true. That's true.
Right? They've all been great.
Yeah, but this is we definitely want to have 13 and 14 under our belt so we can be ready for 15 and 16 because I think 15 and 16 are gonna
way 14
knock our socks off. I have no idea where we're going.
I'm not even wearing socks.
Exactly. See, because you got your socks.
I'm gonna have to put them on, and then they're gonna get knocked off
again. Right there, you go. All right.
1 for 15, 1 for 16. They're gonna be flying.
Alex, it just went so quickly. I didn't see Alex's, but the interview with Alex is awesome. Thank you, Alex. She is a wonderful person. Wonderful person. Some nerd. Hey guys! I just finished the episode. Wanted to say hi. Thank you so much. Thank you, Billy. All right. Okay. Laugh out loud. Put on socks so you're safe to have them knocked off. Exactly. We'll be ready. We'll have our socks ready for tomorrow. I will be there for the Bad Batch live stream tomorrow. Thank you, Aiden. We can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Invite your grandma.
Yes. Yes, please. Okay, Keith, where can people find us?
Well, if you'd like to listen to us, you already know where you can find us, wherever you get your podcast. Socials, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Fatherson Galaxy. Website is fathersongalaxy.com. Please check out our merch store. And also check out our YouTube community page for weekly updates.
All right, very good. And like I said, we'll put those questions on the community page, right? So
I will be getting that costume.
Well, that question and the other question, do we think the armorer knows about the mythosaur?
I'll tell you what the answers will be to my
yes,
question.
she knows. She already knows, or no, she's hearing it from Bo-Katan for the first time. So we'll put that up there.
But you know what? I think
Yes.
I got the answers for my poll for the costume.
We're gonna keep talking about this costume.
Absolutely,
Yes.
and no. And anyone who says no will be removed from this channel.
No, you will not be removed from this channel.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Vote with your conscience. You know.
Please don't. I need this costume.
If he doesn't need the costume, then just say so. You know, he doesn't have to have it. Polls closed. Yes to the costume. Mary.
If anyone says no, they're excommunicated from the watch.
They're excommunicated from the watch. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Alex. All right. Okay. So, so we got more. Ken Bishop. Thank you, Ken. Would you guys ever like to join a Mandalorian armor party? We can help you build your kits.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Ken,
yes.
Let's talk about this, Ken. We'll talk about that.
Let's talk.
We'll talk about that offline. Wow. Okay.
Let's
yes.
talk.
Send us the details, Ken. So, so you can,
sounds lovely.
You can send us a DM on our Twitter page, or we have there's our email address. Yep, there you go. KER@FatherSonGalaxy.com. So yeah, reach out to us, Ken. Thank you. What else we have? Yes, Ken is welcome to the watch. All right, that's pretty exciting. All right, and there's a PA group that meets near Philly. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I guess are you from the Philly area, Ken? All right. Yeah. Well, reach out to us, please. Yeah, please send us the details. Yeah, absolutely. All right. How are we doing? Okay. All right.
This is the way.
This is the way. All right. Thank you. This has been fun. This was a great episode. Like I said, shout out to Ahmed Best. It couldn't happen to a nicer person. I want to see more about his character. I want to see what happens next with.
We have to see what happens to Beck.
Absolutely. There you go. All right. So once again, thank you everyone for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow to review episodes 13 and 14 of The Bad Batch. So until next time, take care, and we will see you again.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Send us the details of that armor.